It's showtime.
Hello, cadets. Welcome to the Big Monster Briefing Room. I am General Howitzer, retired, and this is episode 149 of the Big Monster Briefing Room. Let me bring up my able-bodied assistants, Major Hazzard and Master Sergeant Havoc. Well, that's not Major Hazzard. So
very similar. We're unified. We're in unity.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If that's the way you want to look at it, fine. Sure.
We're closer than you know, General.
I don't want to know. So in our opening credits, you probably noticed the scene with Megan, the robot, which we're going to be showing later this season. And the guy that's in that, the Asian guy, he's in the Chinese Marvel movie about the rings and all that. As he's the lead star of that movie, and he's also on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart. You know, when Jon Stewart's not there, he's there. Usually. So again, probably the hardest working Chinese American actor out there. I don't have his name in front of me, but I just wanted to point that out. So would love to get him on the show, but you know, we're small potatoes compared to what he's up to. But we do have quite a star with us for this particular show. Anytime we do like a really, really stinky kind of 1950s horror movie, we love to have our brother Tom Cheshire come into the studio. And there he is.
Woo! Yes, we
reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Oh, thank you for having me. This is the best of the best.
Musician. I'm sorry.
Oh, go on. I'm so excited.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that he's not only a badass musician, but he's quite the humanitarian as well. He helps people out all the time, and we love the guy for that.
Yep.
Howdy, folks. Good to see you.
Tom's good
this
people.
Particular episode. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just saying, Tom's good people.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Major Havoc. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here and particularly excited about this episode. So I'm going to let the general get into it. But this is like the OG. This is something to be very excited about.
This is one of Bela Lugosi's last movies. It is an Edward D. Wood Jr. film called Bride of the Monster. And this is now owned by Corinth Films. This particular version is colorized. Rolling M Productions was Ed Wood's production company, I believe. And they were kind of like guerrilla filmmaking. I mean, they were like, oh, cops, run! You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So this is Bride of the Monster. Surprisingly, who's the Ed Wood used to hang out with the amazing the psychic, the medium, the guy that predicted the future.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
The amazing Jonathan. No.
Nope.
Hello, friends. This movie is about the future where we will spend the rest of our lives. You know the guy.
Criswell.
Criswell. There we go.
Criswell. Yeah.
The little Dairy Queen hairdo thing going on there.
Yeah, the little spit curl. Yeah.
Yeah. So in any case, he's not in this, believe it or not, but he was hanging out with Ed Wood at the time. Now we start the film. It's a dark, stormy, rainy night with lightning and thunder, and these two schmoes, these two poor schmoes are out there. And damn it, I forgot to write my notes down again. Damn, every time.
This is good. This is good. This is better this way.
So these guys are stuck out there by the crazy mansion owned by Dr. Vornos. Dr. Vornos. And there's rumors that there's a monster, and it's a giant octopus. So these guys are stomping around out there. They're trying to get to dry. And they actually go up to the Vornos house, not realizing it's his house. And he's like, "Go away. I don't want you here. I'm not going to let you come in from the cold." Because, that's the way Vornos is. And Lugosi just feeds it to him. And Tor Johnson is in this as Lobo. And he scares him off. And, Vornos goes down through his... I don't know why he has a secret... secret entrance to his laboratory through the fireplace, but there it is. I guess he's a Batman fan. He has to have a secret entrance to his Batcave.
Well, yeah. If you're an evil scientist,
he's not letting people. What now?
No, I'm saying if you're an evil scientist, you got to have a lair and you got to have a secret entrance because can't let anybody, just any old Tom, Dick, and Harry, go wandering into your laboratory.
Yeah, the secret entrance.
Why not just a locked stairwell down to your basement? Where you've got your fully stocked lab with a refrigerator and a stove.
The secret entrance is vital.
No, because the spooky stairways.
Okay,
Stairwell to the basement. That's when the leading lady goes down because she hears a noise and then she gets attacked by a monster. See, it's two whole different things going on.
To the stairs.
Exactly. Yep.
So lightning and thunder. We see the giant octopus. This seems to please Dr. Vornoff. One giant octopus. Sorry, I had to do that. Little nod to
one
Sesame.
tentacle. Two tentacles.
There you go. So these guys walk by the pond, I guess you want to call it, where the octopus is, and one of them falls down in there with it. And the other guy tries to help him, but he's caught in the clutches of the giant octopus.
And very realistic one it is too.
What the hell? Oh yeah, there we go. Wait a minute. We missed something, didn't we, Hazzard? What did I say about the giant octopus?
There we go.
So when you get in there and fight with him, shake his legs around. It looks like he's killing you. Okay.
All right, thank you for that.
That's what we're waiting for.
That, of course, is Johnny Depp playing Ed Wood in the movie Ed Wood, Tim Burton.
Many years later, yeah.
So this guy is the guy that survived the octopus. Roll around, make him look like he's killing you. And he's got a cauldron on his head. And Lugosi, he wakes up to Lugosi. Lugosi likes to taunt the people that he's got strapped down to his table. And of course, Lobo is very impressive. And he says, "I'm going to turn you into a giant monster." Because that's what he does in this film. He tries to create Supermen, giant Supermen, like Lobo. And they put a nice little light on his head. And Lugosi flips some switches. It looks very unimpressive. There is some what do they call those lights? Like sign lights.
Neon.
Some
neon
neon
lights.
sign lights. Yes, in the background is are kind of flashing a little bit. But this ain't no Frankenstein set. I can tell you that right now. Again, there's a stove and a sink and an oven and
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
basically
I turned my
a bathroom and a
into
kitchen.
laboratory.
It's secret lab / man cave. That's what this
It's a
is.
bathroom and a kitchen with some glue and some knobs.
There you
This
go.
is my laboratory on this side, and there's my dining area over here. Ah.
It works. It works.
Sometimes you need to make a
unfortunately,
snack after all.
yes, I like to make a sandwich after I kill people. So unfortunately, the experiment doesn't work, and Vornov has to eat a little crow here. He's not happy about it. I failed again. I tried to turn him into a superhuman, and he died. He's not good enough. Let me make a sandwich. Lobo, do you want a sandwich? I'm going to the refrigerator.
You want a little mayo with that. A little mayo, a little mustard.
Monster strikes again.
Yeah, he made it. He made it to the Daily Chronicle. I mean, that's pretty big. Front
I mean, if
page.
both these guys disappeared, how did they know that was the monster?
Right.
I'm sorry, that's a plot hole, and it kind of grabbed me. Monster takes two.
Take two.
Yep.
Again,
See?
if these guys disappeared, how did they know instantly that these two guys, actually, that's what happened to them? They might have gone on to the next town to get drunk or something. No, it's got to be the monster.
Gotta be a monster. Yep.
So we go to the police station. That is clearly a police station. And that is actually actor Paul Marco, who's in a lot of the Ed Wood. He's been just about every Ed Wood movie, and he plays one of the officers here. And there's some shtick here going on with a guy who, he's like, take him, put him in jail. Wait a minute, you said you were gonna let me go. I lied. I paraphrase a little bit, but it's something like that. Hey. Guy looks like Avery Schreiber, the guy that used to sell Doritos.
Yeah. And
this Avery Schreiber and Jack Burns together. Yeah, Jack Burns.
Yeah, it's something very comedic about it.
Yep.
Then we meet the police chief,
who has a pet bird.
What's that?
He has a pet bird. Yeah.
He has a parakeet he likes to keep on his shoulder.
Yeah. It's just one of these weird little details. Like, why? Why does he have this bird? It's just there.
I suspect that somebody who was involved in this film had the parakeet, and they said, "Hey, let's put it in a movie."
Right.
Probably. Yep.
It'll be interesting. We'll put it on the police chief's arm. That's what we'll do. Yeah. I sound like the liar, the compulsive liar guy. Yeah, that's a ticket. Put the parrot on his shoulder.
The water cooler's a nice little character as well.
Yeah.
So he goes to the water cooler. Here's where the bird comes in. He goes to the water cooler, and the bird's on the water cooler. And
That's
he just
right.
Feeds it a little bit of bird seed and puts it on his shoulder. Why not?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a little water there.
Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. He's a special police bird. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
He's a trained parakeet, trained to sniff out monsters.
There you go.
The bird told me those two guys were killed by the monster.
That's all. Yeah.
The bird is leaking leaking it to the Chronicle. The bird's leaking all the info to the newspaper, the Daily Chronicle. That's what it is.
That's it. Yep.
I want to say this guy's name is Tom. That's what I want to say. He is a detective working for the police department. He works homicide, and his boss has called him in to, discuss this monster thing. The guy's girlfriend is actually a news reporter. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up names here on IMDb, as usual, per usual this time on the show.
Yeah, actually, it's
Bride of the Monster.
Yeah, that's Tony McCoy. He's Lieutenant Dick Craig.
Dick? Where did I get Tom from?
You were thinking Tom, Dick, and Harry, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Tom. There we go. I'm thinking Tom because it's Tom Cheshire. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Dick Craig. I have two first names, Dick and Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Janet Lawton is his girlfriend. She is a news reporter, so she's kind of like a Lois Lane. She's always getting into trouble.
Yep.
And I do remember that the professor that comes to visit is Professor Strowski.
Yep.
So we're gonna get to him in a minute. He's gonna be involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Loch Ness Monster?
So Janet.
I know that's Hazzard's favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, you know me.
There's a Bigfoot in there somewhere too.
Well, that's Tor Johnson.
Gotta be. Lawton is very upset because Dick is not giving her. I probably shouldn't have stopped there. Dick is not telling her about the monster story. You know, that's a big story in the town. Everybody else is reporting about the monster killing these two guys last night, except me. Yeah, mug ya. The chief is amused. Oh, you stepped into it now. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry.
He kind of reminds me of the guy in the original Producers who was so frustrated and like a cross between like Jackie Gleason or something.
Are you Zero Mostel? He reminds you of Zero Mostel?
Yeah, yes. That's right. That's him. Yep.
No. I want my lovey burger. That's a terrible.
Zero Mostel and Jackie Gleason had one night at a party, and this is the result.
I oughta belt you, Dick. So Janet goes off to get more information about. She thinks Warnoff is, or she wants to find out about the house that Warnoff is living in, and who is involved, or who's bought that house, because she thinks that house is near where the monster is. So, and she's right. She's a good reporter. Now, this lady in the records department, that's what I think it is. Anyway, they don't really clearly say where she is, but there are old newspapers there. You go, I just looked at that. That's from 5 years ago, and I just pulled that exact issue. It's right there on top of the cabinet.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny that they actually when they store the old copies like that, it's called a morgue.
Oh well. Okay. Yeah.
A morgue.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's where they put old bodies.
Yeah, I know, but that's what they call the back issues room.
Dead newspapers.
Yeah.
That's dead news.
That's
Dead news. So she sees that Warnoff bought the house 5 years ago, and that's when the monster started to appear and people started disappearing.
It's very strange. Yes.
Yeah, so she's gonna go on out there and check things out and see what's going on. So here's a scene now. If you watch the movie Ed Wood, this is Dolores Fuller, the girl, the blonde, and she is actually Ed Wood's girlfriend at the time. And he said he was going to give her a part in the movie, and this is all she got. And it's a horrible scene, and you can tell they're both angry at each other and they hate each other. This is a classic example of, when a producer or a director decide to cast somebody in a film that just doesn't belong.
Yes. Yeah.
She's
and they have no
actually
choice.
a good writer. She wrote an Elvis song, I think, like "Do the Clam," I think is the name of the song. That's in the end credits.
Several actually
of Ed Wood, yeah, and
again,
she wrote several songs, and she wrote a lot of the stuff. She helped Ed Wood write a lot of the stuff that he wrote. So she's not a bad writer, but as an actress, this scene pretty much tells it all.
Also it's so forced. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hazzard, if you could find that scene, It's real short, and it's usually on YouTube.
Okay.
Where she goes, "Oh, I'm not listening. Oh, okay, I got it. Ah."
Okay, I'll try.
That's pretty much it. That's the scene, and it's like it does nothing to move the story forward whatsoever. But he had to give his girl a part in the film, which I think is hysterical.
I love it. I love it.
Janet, I hear you're on the monster hunt again. I can't hear you. What? I can't hear you. I sound like South Park kids now. I can't hear you. What are you talking about? I can't hear you. Oh, I get it.
It's like those Canadian.
So it's really bad. But the colorization looks beautiful. You know, I'm just very happy that they colorized this.
It looks fantastic. It looks great.
But they can't colorize Godzilla, for crying out loud. 1954. You know, the movie that started a huge, like, there's like over 30 movies now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what the hell am I looking at here? Is this Strowski?
Strowski, yeah. He's talking to the.
Straussy, I'm speaking Japanese now.
That's easy for you to say.
You're speaking Godzilla. You're speaking Godzilla.
And immediately I went right into Japanese. So yeah, Strowski is a Russian who is in the neighborhood. He's looking for a Dr. Strowski. I'm sorry, he's looking for a Dr. Voronov. And he talks to the police guys. So Janet decides she's going to go out to the Voronov place. Anytime anybody drives out to the Voronov place, a huge thunderstorm happens in this movie.
Yeah.
Except when Dick Craig goes out there. When Dick Craig goes out there, I mean, it takes a while. I mean, it's like his third trip out there. He finally gets the storm with the lightning. But Janet gets it right away.
And then wrecks the car.
She wrecks her car. She crashes her car into a tree. Hazzard, did you find that scene?
I cannot find it anywhere. If someone else can find it, I cannot find it.
Well, yeah, you can find it on YouTube, folks, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah, we'll look it up later too.
Checking around like he's killing you.
Are you looking? Are you looking for the original scene or the one that Ed Wood, or from the movie Ed Wood?
No, the original scene.
All righty.
Yeah. Ride of the Monster, Janet, and Clerk. Whatever. So anyway, Lobo comes out to the car, and just as she comes to, Lobo takes her, and she passes out again. She faints, and he takes her to the doctor, and the doctor takes her, down into the kitchen area laboratory. And the minute she wakes up, he hypnotizes her to go back to sleep. He keeps doing this. It's like, I don't want you awake. I want you and your pointy breast to be asleep. Because he keeps looking at those pointy snubs. Look at them. They're sticking out like missiles, for crying out loud. Madonna. This was homage to Madonna.
This is pre-Madonna.
Pre-Madonna.
There's the line of the show right there, folks. You wonder why we bring him in. There's the line of the show.
That's it.
That's it.
That's a hell of a car for a policeman. I'll tell you that.
Yes, that is so cool.
So, these two guys. It's Dick and a partner of his, Jerry, I think is his name, and they're heading out to the Voronov place because he wants to find Janet and he wants to, follow up on this monster thing, and it all kind of moves together, goes together. And then they see Janet's car. Well, actually, they take a smoke break first, because that's what they did.
As you do.
Yeah.
In the 50s, man, they were all smoking. They were smoking like chimneys.
And to assess the situation, yeah.
There we go. So over a smoke, they find Janet's car, and she's not in it, obviously. Hey, Janet was in some kind of terrible accident. Hey. I sound like Jerry Seinfeld. Hey, let's go to the Voronov place. And Strowski shows up, and he's dressed for the hunt. He's got his hunting clothes on, and he's decided not to. He was actually supposed to cooperate with the police, but he didn't show up. He's going out there on his own, and he's just stomping through the woods there. This is actually a very funny scene in the Mystery Science Theater a show of this, where he's trying to stomp through the woods and he's stumbling around, and they're like, oh. High on the hill, better go sick goats. So they go back after they find Janet's car. They don't move forward. They actually go back to the cafe diners to get more coffee and donuts and make a call to the chief.
Mm-hmm.
No mobile phones back then, so they had to drive all the way back to the diner, and get some donuts and call the chief. Janet wakes up again, and it's a kitchen, so Lobo offers her a sandwich. And she looks at Lobo, and let's face it, when you wake up and you see that, that's kind of disorienting,
Yes, yeah.
And he's looking at those, missiles she's got there, and he's, it's most guys probably did back at the time. So Lugosi has to whip him.
Unbelievable.
Lobo, get back! Stop staring at the boy titties. And
Lobo,
it's too exciting for him. He decides he's going to put her to sleep again by hypnotizing her. I want to save the sandwich. Go to sleep. Forget the grilled cheese. You will not see grilled cheese. Go to sleep. Uh-oh, what do we have here?
Something hot? Oh, it could be. Oh, and Dick, call him at headquarters. Break my dinner date with him. Tell him I have an ulcer or something.
Leave it to me. I fix.
Okay.
I'll tell him he's a dick.
Hi, Janet.
Oh, hi, Marge.
Janet, still on the monster hunt?
What do you think?
I think the boss has been looking for you all day. Something about the police wanting those monster stories 86. You've got the whole town in a panic.
I didn't hear you.
I said
I know what you said, but I didn't hear you.
Yes.
I get it.
Classic.
Yeah, we.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you, bitch.
That did not need to be in there.
Again, if this movie had been made this time, she would have definitely called her a bitch. She would have.
Yeah.
But Ed had to get Dolores in there somewhere. So here we go.
Dolores made her film debut. Actually, she made her film debut in Glenn or Glenda.
Glenn or Glenda, yeah.
Yeah, and she was much better in that. Again, I just think she was upset because she wanted to get this character, Janet, and he didn't give it to her.
Yep.
So she ended up as that girl. Oh, I got it.
Because Ed thought that she was gonna pony up some money for the movie, and
right. The girl that played Janet Lawson, they thought she was gonna bankroll the film.
Wow! Yeah,
having money.
Yep.
She didn't have enough for that sandwich Warnoff tried to give her.
All I need now is that check. What?
She couldn't afford that sandwich.
She couldn't afford the sandwich. Yeah.
So Strowski finally finds the creepy old house that Warnoff lives in, and Lugosi puts Janet to sleep again. I'm sorry, Vernoff.
She's been hypnotized 6 times now. Yes.
Yes. That's gonna affect her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of like their
somebody hypnotized somebody, and they weren't good at it. They didn't do a good job, and the person pissed themselves for like months.
Oh man.
Yeah, and they had to wear like Depends underwear for a while until they could get that problem fixed. So
That's
be careful
funny.
with hypnosis, folks. Don't try that at home if you're not.
Yeah. Don't try it at home. Yeah. Well, I was going to say this kind of like their version of the flashy thing from Men in Black. It's just Lugosi hypnotizing everybody.
You need to go to sleep. You're not moving the movie forward. You're not moving the plot. It needs to be more about me. Go to sleep. Point those points to the wall.
Yeah, you can put somebody's eyes out with that. You could tell poor Bela was in rough shape here. I mean, look how skinny he is.
Oh man. Well, he was in the throes of an addiction to morphine.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he had just gotten out of the hospital before this or it was after this. Maybe it might have been after this.
I
So
think
this
it was
might have been
after.
during his actual addiction, and he hadn't
Mhm.
worked on it yet.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well,
this is
I mean, I don't know how. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't know how accurate it is. But in Ed Wood, they show him shooting up before the whole octopus scene. So
That's right. Yeah, that is right. Yeah.
yeah. So this actually is a scene that that Ed Wood wrote especially for Lugosi, and it is actually, I mean, other than the fact that he says, "And I have proven that I am all right." That's the one line that kind of taints it a little bit. But other than that, it's a pretty cool monologue that he does there for Strowski.
yeah,
Lugosi is on his game. I mean, look at him. He's happy.
I am going to create a race of Superman.
Superman that will conquer the world.
Conquer the world. Yeah. He gave it everything. That one, yeah.
He did indeed.
No, look at that. Yeah.
His last great moment in film. It was.
Yeah.
Because after this, it goes downhill. It's octopuses and. So anyway, Strowski says, "Well, I have orders to take you back because Russia wants you and your mind and your plans, and so I got to take you with me." And he pulls a gun on him, and of course he doesn't realize, that Lobo, big 7-foot giant is right behind him. Boom,
Yeah,
that's right.
He strangles him or grabs him around the neck and takes him down to the lab/dining area.
To the kitchen. Yeah. The operating kitchen.
The sandwich nug. And then they toss him in with the giant octopus. The giant octopus. So Strowski is there fighting with the giant octopus as Lobo and Voronov look on. Look how he's thrashing around like it's killing him.
Motor. So when you get in there and fight with him, shake his legs around. It looks like he's killing you. Okay.
That's it. There it is. On repeat.
So we had to give that direction to like 4 actors in this film because they didn't have the motor to run the octopus legs.
Yeah.
They actually stole, according to the story in Ed Wood, they stole the octopus from the studio and forgot to get the engine to run it with. So you gotta roll around and thrash around like he's killing you. So the guys, after they got enough donuts and coffee, they find Strowski's car. Now they have a kick-ass car. Strowski's looks like it's painted with primer.
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
It's a rental. They said it's a rental.
And then he goes through the woods. And Mike makes his way to the house there. The police chief with the parakeet goes to see the records woman, the woman that should be in a coffee commercial.
Totally, yes.
It's Folgers. It's beautiful. And he gets the information that Janet was going out to this, not Strowski house, Voronov's house. She gives him the information, so he knows where to go now. Got to write Voronov down. Now, this is a very strange scene because Lugosi Voronov has been hypnotizing Janet to go to sleep like 500 times now, and now he's hypnotizing the door to get Janet to come through the door in her bridal gown. I'm going to dress you up in a bridal gown because I am having a fantasy about you being my bride. And again, somehow his power, his hypnosis works through the door. and pulls her into the room. Ah, the bride of the monster. And of course, Lobo is the best man, I guess. You can be my best man. So the ushers are over to the lab table. Tom continues to stumble and fall around in the dark. It's dark now. Time for the wedding. And he actually makes it into the house.
Yeah, well, it's a good day for a white wedding.
He rebel yells his way right through the front door.
That's right.
Yep.
And I guess Lobo hears him. No, that's not right. That's just the way the picture looks. Anyway, Lobo is strapping her down to the table. Earlier in the film, when she crashed her car, Lobo took her hat, which is this white Angora hat. Now, Ed Wood loves Angora. He loves Angora sweaters. He loves how it feels in his fingers. So Lobo has that little compulsion. He's feeling it. Oh, which way did she go, George? Which way did I got this beautiful hat? And so he's feeling that thing. And Tom, I almost said Tom again. Dick amazingly finds the secret opening to the fireplace. And, hey, I guess I'll go. Oh, he also finds Strowski's. It's the Voronov file that Strowski had. We got some lovely stills of Bela Lugosi there.
Yeah, some old headshots of his. Yeah.
Voronov. I recognize the publicity still on the right, actually, from Horror. Filmed them. So in any case, those are supposedly Voronov's pictures. He's dressed as an evil guy. And Dick goes down into the secret entrance. Oh, look, we have a witness. So here comes Lugosi or Voronov, taunting his victim strapped down to the table again. He loves to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel comfortable, my dear? We are going to turn you into a super bride. I got words for you on that. So Dick shows up, and he's got his gun out. And Lobo gets the jump on everybody. Nobody sees in their peripheral vision a 7-foot giant
who probably moves so slow and is so loud.
Oh, it's got to be a statue. Can't be real. Look at him. Lobo gets the jump on everybody and clonks them. And I mean clonks them. So the police chief meets up with Jerry, and Jerry's like, I don't know where the hell he went. Yeah. I think he went to the Voronov house. That spooky little house at the end of with a monster close by. So, kinky bastard that he is, he chains Dick up to the wall so he can watch the wedding. Aren't you lovely, my dear? Strap down. Get away from her, you! Typical Ed Wood fare. I'm going to have such fun with her while you watch. Actually, I can do it much better than Lugosi. I can. I really can. But I like to do the Count from Sesame Street. So, Dick is strapped up next to their fridge. God damn it! That's pretty. You got to be. That's got to be pretty insulting to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Damn you! You strapped me up next to the fridge, bastard. Yes, and you can't have any food. I have some cold pizza in there. So there's Lobo with the furry Angora hat. Lobo don't want you hurt, girl. They should have really made him talk in this. I really wish they had made him talk in this. All through Plan 9 from Outer Space. He's the police chief in Plan 9 from Outer Space. He's talking. You can't understand a damn thing he's saying. It's great. Yeah, well, you better. I can't understand damn word. But Lobo, poor Lobo, doesn't get to talk. He's a mute. Lobo is a mute. I made him that way. So Voronov starts to flip the switches, turns off the sink. Got the neon on. And
starting to rave.
Poor Janet. Poor Janet. Damn it, Janet. Yeah, I just realized that's probably why they named her Janet in the horror picture show.
Save Janet.
That's probably a nod to that. Janet. Because what other film do you know of? What other horror film, sci-fi film do you know of where the lead actress or the lead character is named Janet? I bet you that's a nod to this. So anyway, Lobo starts to help her because he's in love. He wants her to be his bride. So he unstraps her from the table.
Mm-hmm.
Voronov sees this and goes ballistic, and it's time to whip Lobo again, and this time not for fun. So Janet goes right over to Dick and starts slapping him with his damn it suspenders. How do your nipples feel now? You like being tied up, huh? So anyway, Lobo is much bigger than Voronov, because Voronov is, an addict.
Skin and bones, yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. And he straps him down to the table. I can't help but if I like crack. So, now here's the weird part. As all of this is going on, Dick is just sitting there taking it in. Geez. Man, it was just exhausting being chained to that wall next to the fridge. So finally he goes over there and tries to take on Lobo. Big mistake! Lobo is like a superhero. Dick at this point reminds me of the guy that was Captain America before he became Captain America. Little scrawny guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you on. Like a little gnat in your ear. Come on, I'll fight you.
But he gets that.
Go ahead.
He gets that Captain Kirk shirt tearing off part, though.
Well, that's the funny part. I don't know who planned that or if it was planned at all. But yeah, Lobo rips his shirt off, leaving the suspenders. So now he looks like a Chippendales dancer, except a really bad one. So
the choreography is not that good on that scene.
Yeah,
it might have been a improv. Who knows?
So yeah, it was like that would have happened in real life. Yeah, go ahead and leave it. So now Voronov, as we have already said, was strapped down to the table. Lobo started the machines. So poor Voronov needs a fix now. That's obvious.
Yes.
That's actually what Landau did in the movie as Lugosi when he's in the, I guess the clinic is what you would call it. The rehab clinic. He actually must have watched this film because he was doing that in the film, actually.
Yeah,
he was doing that.
And he got the Academy Award. Lugosi didn't get the Academy Award for this.
No, he didn't.
But Landau.
See, that's a shame. That's a shame. He should have gotten it.
So the other police officers make it into the house. There's a fire in the laboratory, by the way. Fire breaks out, and they're going through the house, and they are like, "Hey, there's smoke coming out of the. What's that smoke doing coming out of the
kitchen,
out of the chimney?
There's something happening in the kitchen."
See now, if I had a brain that worked, those jokes would be funny. Anyway, what is a fire doing in the fireplace? What's that smoke going? So they figure out that this is a secret passage. Oh, it's one of those houses with a secret passage downstairs. Let's go through there. So again, there's fire going on down there in the lab. Vornov has been bombarded with atomic rays, which he's been doing and killing people with for like years now, but it worked on him.
Right.
He survived and became superhuman. So he just needed to use himself as a guinea pig. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah,
I turn green. So before there was Marvel and the Hulk, before Bill Bixby, there was Dr. Vornov.
Yep.
There it is. Hey, what's that smoke doing coming out of the God damn it! At the fireplace. Damn it again.
There's fire in the fireplace.
I gotta retire. I gotta retire from showbiz too. I retired from being a monster hunter. I gotta retire from showbiz too. This is terrible. So anyway, somehow Vornov grabs Janet, and I guess he goes out a back entrance or something, and he's outside with Janet carrying her around. So evidently there's another entrance to the lab. You don't have to go up through the fireplace. I'm having a mental block on the word fireplace. I don't know why. Other than it's just hysterical watching me flub like that.
So it's spot on.
So
it's what needs to happen for this episode.
Yeah, this is just guerrilla showbiz right here.
This is
Lugosi, as frail and old as he is, I'm not sure if he's actually holding Janet or a dummy. I'm guessing it's a dummy dressed in a wedding dress.
Yeah, it's a dummy. Yeah,
it's a sheet with like a pillow under it.
Or maybe it's another actor. Maybe it's that chiropractor guy that played him in Plan 9 from Outer Space, carrying Janet. In any case, that's why the picture is distant.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of lays her down. He just decides, I'm tired. I'm going to lay her down. I know I have atomic power, but my body is filled with atomic power, but I'm going to lay her down. So lightning's striking all around the place. Dick is running out, looking like he's got lederhosen on his nipples. Snap those babies now, Janet. The other police are like, hey, look over there. It's Dr. Vornov. He looks mighty powerful for a little old guy.
He's full of atomic power and heroin.
Morphine. I need morphine.
Morphine.
My goodness.
Oh, poor Bela.
Lugosi.
Oh.
I know he didn't make much money for this picture either, but man. So kids, stay away from morphine. That's my message here.
Most definitely.
I'm doing a movie like this. So yeah. So now he's looking all defiant, and they're just doing close-ups of Lugosi outside, And the cops are like, "Well, why don't we shoot him?" Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's shoot him. So they start shooting at Vornov. And he's, the bullets are, not having any effect on him. It doesn't appear. He's just taking the bullets. What is the drug where they shoot kids and kids keep coming? It's like it barely phases them. There's a drug that actually does that to you. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. Damn it! It's so just by chance, there's a giant Hollywood boulder out there in the backyard of Dr. Vornov's area there, and Dick gets on the other side of it and rolls the boulder Indiana Jones style over Dr. Vornov. No, not that. Anything but the boulder.
Yeah.
And he just gives a nice little nudge and boom, it goes right over. Ah! That's his reaction. As anybody would react if they saw a giant boulder rolling towards them. Well, unless you're Indiana Jones, then you just run and hope you beat it out of the cave. So yeah, it rolls over. it rolls over Lugosi's stunt double. Now, as if that wasn't strange enough, Voronov rolls right into the pit with the octopus.
Mhm.
The giant octopus. At least I got my suspenders. So look, I'm sorry, Voronov has to fight his own giant octopus. While the police chief watches. The police chief's like, wow, that's a giant octopus. That's the monster. The giant octopus.
The giant octopus.
Hazzard, you have anything to say about that?
The giant octopus.
Motor. So when you get in there and fight with him, shake his legs around. It looks like he's killing you. Okay.
Yes, kick his legs around. There it is. That's what I want to see. So on top of all of that, while he's shaking his legs around, lightning strikes, and blows up Voronov. So now we get the atomic mushroom cloud in the wait, go back 2 slides. In the backyard of Voronov's house, a giant mushroom cloud, and these poor kids, that's it, game over. You're that close to a mushroom cloud, you're all dying.
Yes.
So
It just seems
like,
fine.
She's like, well, nice knowing you. That should have been the last line of this movie. The police chief should have turned to him and go, well, nice knowing you. There's no ducking and rolling for this. We're right next to it. We're right next to it. And I didn't realize that lightning could trigger an atomic explosion, but there it is. You know, in an Ed Wood movie, you never know. The end. Literally. For everybody.
Yeah. And then they stole that for the Predator movie.
What the fuck are you?
Nice knowing. Nice knowing.
You are one ugly son of a.
So,
I'll be back.
No,
I'll be back.
There's a Predator movie. We haven't done a Predator movie yet, or an Alien movie yet on the show.
Yeah.
We did Aliens. I'm sorry.
Aliens, yeah, that's right.
We did. But yeah, we
Well,
do.
yeah,
We do need
Predator's got to be in there somewhere. Yep.
I was actually going to do Predator and Predators in the same show sometime soon. We're going to do it because they're pretty basic films as far as the plot. So they got Schwarzenegger in the first one, you got Danny Trejo in the other one. So
yeah.
Danny Glover, sir. Danny Glover.
Oh, that's part 2. That's Predator 2. But Predators came like 10 years after.
With Danny Trejo.
Predator 2 has
Predators.
Gary Busey.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Busey is in Predator 2 and Danny Glover's in Predator 2. But it's Lethal Weapon Predator 2. I think he even does the little head cock that his character does in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Oh, Predators. One with Adrian Brody pretending to be an action hero.
The Predators actually take them to another planet and drop them off, all of them, and it's like a hunting ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And Danny Trejo is actually one of the first ones to go.
Yep.
So that's it. Another Ed Wood jewel. with a wonderful performance by Lugosi, Tor Johnson for good measure, and that great scene with Janet Lawson talking to the character played by Dolores Fuller.
Yeah, everyone should watch it though. I mean, because like you said, the colorization's great.
It's free on YouTube. It's a great copy. It's in color.
It's a great. I may share that with some of my friends and fans, because it really is. It's one of the last of his classics. It's something that people actually became iconic enough that people took ideas from later on.
Actually, he did Glen or Glenda first. Then he did this one. Then he did Plan 9 from Outer Space. Unfortunately, Lugosi died before he could get this Plan 9 from Outer Space, off the ground, and he used some footage that he took, some like 8mm footage that he took of Lugosi to insert him into Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah, yeah.
Then after that, oh god, it kind of went downhill. It was Night of the Ghouls and Orgy of the Damned, that kind of stuff, you know, and it's kind of borderline on, you know, monster porn.
Well, yeah. So after, then it got to the point. It's nice. That's background stuff, and you don't even have the audio playing. You know, it's just something to have. But this is one of the last good ones. This is a good one, man.
This is probably, of all the Ed Wood movies, this is probably his best one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I legitimately.
But you didn't have Lugosi throughout that one, and you did through this one. So again, probably the best Tor Johnson character, and probably the best Lugosi. So I would say this is probably his best one.
I agree with that. It's enjoyable, you know. Even the cheese and the bad forced acting from the girlfriend, you know, it's comedy.
Despite the fact that there's a kitchen in the lab because they had to fill it in somehow, and the wall is clearly, you know, painted brickwork. I mean, you know, he was working on a real shoestring budget,
like an $80 budget.
He created this with such a little budget, but. In Plan 9, there's just such ridiculous gaffes, you know, with like the cardboard gravestones and the little tiny mausoleum that they all have to come out of like a clown car.
Yeah, right.
We got a lot of fun with that when we did that one.
That was great. I love that one. Yeah.
Again, I just think this one is the better of the two.
I agree, and I appreciate you letting me be involved in this one as well. I guess it's you know, it's our calling, you know. I love it, you know.
Again, anytime we get a real stinker of a low budget 50s film, we're gonna call you in.
Exactly.
Always fun.
I'm your man.
All right.
And it was nice, and it was nice knowing you. No,
nice knowing you. Nice little mushroom. And the funny thing is I think that they want you as an audience to think that all of these characters didn't die.
Right.
That just blew up right next to them because they're just sitting there staring at it. Oh, okay, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Again, if you're that close to an atomic explosion, let's face it, they were feet away.
You're out of here. Yeah.
They were just a few yards away, like a football field away. Yeah. Your face is going to melt off.
100%.
So, folks, if you're having to fight with a giant octopus, this is what we've learned from this now, okay? Well, if you've had to fight a giant octopus, then you should just, you know, flail around like he's trying to kill you.
Right. Play it now. Yeah. And 2, don't do morphine.
I think she's not doing it on purpose now. Just to make me sit there and wait.
So when you get in there and fight with him, shake his legs around. It looks like he's killing you. Okay.
There you go. Thank you, Hazzard.
And two, don't do morphine. And 3, don't get hypnotized in a kitchen more than 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep. Valuable lessons.
That's bad for you. Give you all kinds of terrible cravings.
That's right.
Why do I keep getting up at 11 o'clock at night and going to the fridge? You were probably hypnotized by Vornov.
These sandwiches are addictive.
All right. On Thursday, we will be doing Son of Godzilla for our 150th episode. That's one of the only early Godzilla films that we haven't done yet. And we're taking a week off next week, which is Labor Day week.
Yeah.
And we'll be coming back. Give me a second here. On September the 10th, Roland will be doing a show, Roland Pruitt, called Roland Pruitt's Kaiju Review, I believe is the name of the show.
Yeah.
And he will be doing the original Godzilla from a timeline that we created for this show, I believe. So and then that Thursday after the 12th, September 12th, we'll be doing The Day the Earth Stood Still in color with our friend Carrie Harrison.
Wow.
So until then, keep an eye out for those big monsters. And thank you again, Tom Cheshire, for being part of this.
Oh man,
Thank you, Hazzard.
Yep.
thank you and happy 150th. That's huge.
This here's Master Sergeant Havoc. Thank you for watching this episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. Now, why don't you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell next time big old John Monster comes calling. See y'all later.